you know, J. Cole, uh, Drake, and K. Dot, you know, going back and forth at each other. I just want to know who's who's winning that beef, who's ranked them.
Rank them in order and why.
You asking me or you?
You.
Uh, I want all
You
three of
first.
Oh man, so I saw that leak they had from Drake. What was it, like a couple days ago on one of his little verses? But for me, J. Cole number one, right? Um,
Wait, hold on. You said what league?
there was a leak I saw. I think it was on Twitter, man. That
he Drake did a verse on.
yeah,
You could probably. I think I seen it or heard it either on World Star or TikTok. You can type that shit in and they'll come up.
yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, I like Lamar's shit that his verse he did, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, because it's fucked up, man. Like Lamar's verse was dope, right? Like, what's the song called? Uh, first person something. Hold on, I gotta
First
look it up.
person shooter.
Shooter.
Drake.
Thank you. Yeah. Um, I don't know if I don't think Cole and Lamar on the same level at all. Personally, I think Lamar a whole different level than Cole is. Right. Me personally. Um,
In lyricism.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's just me, man. Like I have a different, opinion than y'all. Drake, I don't know, man. Ever since like it came out that he had ghostwriters, all that shit and stuff, I don't know. I just his shit just his stock with me fell. You know what I mean?
All right, so but give him the benefit of
Do his shit knock on the radio when you listen to it, like
Yeah,
his shit.
yeah.
like give him the benefit of the doubt that is those are his.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Um,
is that your order?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Lamar, Cole, and then Drake. That's my order. What's your order, Steve or Elliot?
Hold on.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar is better than J. Cole, and J. Cole is better than Drake because Drake don't write his own shit.
I think no. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, like Elliot said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, giving benefit of the doubt. I think I don't know. I think I like Lamar better, especially like after his shit on Control. What was that? Like that was years ago. That verse that hit.
Mhm.
I like his records, man. I like them better than Cole's. Cole's had a couple good ones that I really liked. Um,
What's this? And this is just me playing devil's advocate. What's to say about having to throw out a beef record to get motion for your album versus not having to do no shit like that and just coming out on some? I'm putting out a dope
it's
project.
I think it's whack, man, to do that shit to get clout. You
You
know what I
think
mean?
so?
I
You
think so. Now,
don't think it's
unless
part of the culture?
I was gonna say, well, I was gonna say it, A, part of the culture, or B, like they in it together trying to get clout for all three of them. You know what I'm saying?
Fake beef. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been a lot of that. Think about it, man, with rappers and stuff.
All right, so one more time. You said A. Dot,
Yep,
Cole, and then Drake.
yep.
Okay,
That's my order. What you got?
for me, it is honestly the same, right? I think, in my opinion, Kendrick is the closest thing to when it comes to his music continuously kind of growing and changing. It reminds me of Half a Outcast, like how none of their shit was the same, and
Okay,
it still could bump and you can hit play and just let it ride.
right. Yeah.
Um, I I like J Cole next because like J. Cole, like his words be actually they make
Yeah.
you think. So like J. Cole is like to me on that same level as a Common and like with like continuous messages towards positivity in his lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Even though
But
they're kind of raw.
you know what's crazy though?
The most recent one with Lil Durk.
But like Drake had Lamar on his record back in, I'm trying to think, man, when it was, but he had, I remember or Kendrick did it, an intro. Oh, what the fuck was it called, man?
And then Drake is just
Oh,
last.
hey, it was Take Care. It was Take Care. It was the album Take Care. And Lamar, hold on. Let me look it up because my dates are fucked up. I'm sorry, Elliot. Let me look it up.
You want me to speak on Drake real quick?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Yeah, so Drake is just last for me because I think Drake plays to an audience. Like so like and who's hot and wants popularity, right? And so I'm not saying that his shit don't bump because I bump plenty of Drake music. It's just that like his music it's catchy to me, and again, there's nothing wrong with being catchy, but like to me, like J Cole, his shit's just dope, and like in my opinion, he doesn't really care if you like it or not. And the same thing with Kendrick, where I think with like it's gonna sound like some light skinned shit, and it's not even on that, but like he would be pissed if an album flopped. Where I think them two would be like, I don't give a fuck if you like it, I like it.
I don't know if you've truly told me how Kendrick Lamar is better than J. Cole.
He's just his music is more appealing to me than J Cole's,
Okay, I can feel that.
and I don't know if it's his rhythm and his circadian, if it's just if it's that versus J Cole's. Um, but there's plenty of you know J Cole's music that I like, and I'm not even gonna front. I got on J Cole late, like way late. So like I'm just that one cut where you talking about the neighbors think he's selling dope. I think that might have been in my iTunes for maybe 2.5 years or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure that song is way older than that.
You don't remember?
I, I
No, go ahead.
no, no, go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry. No,
I
no,
was
go
gonna
ahead,
say
man.
you don't remember Workout?
Nope,
No.
at least not at the moment.
I think Kendrick has got a better. He's been more consistent than J. Cole. A, in my opinion. B, the other thing I would say too is with at least the way I
Kendrick
take it.
just came off of a fucking hiatus.
I'm just telling you like my opinion, right? Why I rated him. I think Lamar's got a better consistency. The other though is with J. Cole's verses, they're more like punchlines versus Kendrick. Kendrick, he it's like an imagery that he's giving you, like he's telling you a story. And I think in Cole shit,
Slow
it's more of
burn.
yeah, and that's for I like them both. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like I love J. Cole too, but consistency, Kendrick, I think is better. And I like when he verses, he remind me of Nas. He told me a story. With Cole, it's more of punchlines, which is not wrong with that. Like he's got good stuff like that 2014 uh Northern Hills or whatever that came out, I thought was dope as fuck, man. Like I was lit. Think of like Kendrick Lamar's song, King Kunta. Think about that whole song. I mean, matter of fact, in that song, he disses Drake. Matter of fact, in that song, and I found the CD like legit. It was it was nope, I didn't find it. Nope, sorry, didn't find it. I still haven't found it.
Oh, but this the last part though. Like as far as that little beef thing going on,
Yeah,
Drake's in second place, and it's just because I don't think I've heard a response to uh Kendrick's latest verse,
mm-mm.
and until like I can go to iTunes and like load Drake's response. I'm not even really recognizing that as a response. But that's like the shit that I'm talking about. Like Drake would do. Like to me, that's like a feeler. Like let me throw this out there and see how many
That
like
leak.
views
Yep,
I get.
that's the first thing I thought. That was a controlled leak.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yep,
if I don't get the amount of numbers that I think I should get off this, I'm gonna have to, go back to the drawing board because
yep.
now my shit got to come back hard, and that's
I
sensitive.
think I think they both got together and was like, let's throw some chum in the water and see if we can wake this motherfucker up because we supposed to be the hottest motherfuckers out here. And like you said, well, you said consistency, but that's those aren't the facts. If he's not consistent,
Who's
unless
that?
you Kendrick, unless you include the fucking long wave that he took with that soundtrack, right? Unless you include that soundtrack to cover that 3 year, 4 year hiatus he took
Wait,
between
okay,
17 and 22.
so what do you mean by consistency? So I
That's what
can
I'm
tell.
saying. Like, there's a
Okay,
gap.
so to me, what I mean by consistency is music that I find appealing to me, not how often music is dropped.
I would say too. For me, that was his growth, and you know, J. Cole is hit and miss, at least for me, some of his stuff, but Lamar is consistent, like with his storytelling, with his verses. Like there's not a huge, I mean, he's growing, right? But I think he's more consistent. Like when I put a Kendrick Lamar, I know I'm gonna get. It's like, I mean, it's like Three Stack. Who would have thought he put out a whole motherfucking, soundtrack CD almost, you know what I mean? But at least that's my opinion, man. But I'd still, in the back of my head, I think this is kind of set up because when I saw that Drake leak, it reminded me of the beef with Eminem and MGK. MGK, remember, he had like 4 different verses of that song, and they tested it and shit before he actually dropped the shit. So I think
Mhm.
kind of what you said, Elliot. I think that they leaked it to see like, is it gonna bump or is it not gonna bump? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think I didn't think about it like that, but that's a good point. I think.
And to me, that like though they, so I I agree with Steve too. Like I think
Well,
after
hey, Steve, what's your order, real quick? You didn't say it yet.
I wanted to make sure he
I
was
don't
done.
Oh,
even start, but like I agree with Steve's comments saying like this is kind of staged to get some activity.
yeah,
Music's getting boring and
yep.
repetitive and all that other shit, right? Where I can see all three of these guys being like at the end of the day, I respect them and their craft, whereas like our generation of beefing, somebody blood was being spilled
Spelled,
in
yeah.
a way. So this is gonna be different. And I trust me, I don't want it to go to a negative place like that. And I think just J. Cole is like,
They too rich for all that. I don't think it'll ever go there. They too rich
right.
to really beef. You know what I'm saying?
But like J. Cole is I I haven't heard it yet, and Steve, maybe you can direct me to it, where he has just went for somebody's jugular and just didn't care what the aftermath was, and that's how I kind of see Kendrick and his verse saying, fuck the big three, motherfuckers, just big me. He don't care. I would assume lyrically, he doesn't care about them.
Well, he was referencing Michael Jackson and Prince's beef that they had with that verse.
And he said,
Yep.
Prince outlived Mike Jack.
Yep.
I'll tell you, if you listen to J. Cole's last album, most of it was spitting fire like that. From Pride is the Devil, even though that one was soft and melodic.
I liked it though. It
That shit was fucking wicked. Applying pressure, punching the clock. Like re-listen that. Go back and listen to that album, because y'all making me want to go back and re-listen to Kendrick's album, because I couldn't name one song off that bitch.
So, hey, what's your order, Steve? No, we done. What's your order, man?
I'll start at the bottom. Drake is 3. If we have to put him in top 3, he's 3.
So I just think that this debate just being on those 3 people, those 3 individuals being in this rap thing.
Yeah. If those are the 3 choices because of what's popping off, then yeah, he'll be at the bottom. Because y'all hit it right on the head. Whoever said it was like, he feeds off of who's the hottest. He's the dude who's like, you'll see every new young hot artist that pops up, they gonna have Drake on some feature somewhere, right? Whether it's Sheck West or whoever it is, they gonna have him on the feature. He gonna be close to him. He rode Pusha T's wave. He rode Kanye West's wave. He rode the beef he had with Meek Mills, and then he making songs with Meek Mills. He riding that wave. Same with J. Cole. I feel like he just riding that wave. He was on with Lil Yachty, riding Lil Yachty's wave. Bunch of different artists. So I think he's one of them dudes that he stays relevant because he does leech off of the pulse of the game, right? He's right there with it.
He's got like major figures in the industry, like backing him. So like, I mean, when you got a Jay Prince behind you,
yeah, he can go Disney, or he can go fucking. He could put out a trap.
That's very good. That's a very good.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So he's all over the place. But as far as holding the top 3, I don't think he can. I don't think he's in the same weight classes as the next 2. There's a huge.
no.
Yeah, no. So how do you rank them, Steve? How do you rank Cole and Lamar? 1, 2. Who you got?
I already know it.
I already know 2. I just want to hear it.
So yeah, it's 2 is Kendrick and 1 is J. Cole. And I agree with everything y'all said, even about consistency. Like, but I guarantee you, man, we can go back. I love J. Cole. J. Cole to me is like,
but Steve, but this is what I already knew yours was, because like, even like, fuck, we can be, walking, downtown in Tower City, and you have your fucking headphones on, and I'd be like, yo, what you listening to? And you'd be like, Wu-Tang or some shit like that. Like, people didn't listen to Wu-Tang for the beat, because like Wu-Tang's beats were dope, but they were like all over the place. And they weren't like,
but still produced by one of the greatest producers ever to fucking do.
Going back now,
yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
How dope that shit is, but like, when I
David,
was when we
David
was
said in their song, "The dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum." Like,
yeah, like the RZA is dope, but like no, you're not listening to it for that.
yeah, no,
And like so like even with Sean, I could be talking to him and I'd be like, yo, and I'm probably doing the same shit my daddy did with me. But I was like, why do you like this song?
mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck did that dude just say? And you're like, I don't even know. I just like the beat.
I got a question for y'all. I already know what you're gonna say, Elliot. But Steve, what do you think of Lamar's new CD that he dropped? We Don't Trust You, and it's specifically that song like that, where he flat out just goes after Cole and Drake on it. Have you heard it yet?
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
So Kendrick
Yeah, I
Lamar,
sent it to him.
huh?
Steve, that song I told you to go check out.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Future Metro, but it's an album called We Don't Trust You, and Lamar's got a
Mm-hmm.
song on there called Like That. And
Mm-hmm.
he talks about like him, Cole, and Drake, like, hey,
Yeah,
we
no,
start a whole league.
I'm all caught up. I'm
Yeah, I'm
I'm
saying,
not.
but what'd you think of that song though? Like that.
Oh, that song was dope. I mean, uh, I don't know why he's on a song with Future, because to me, Future was one of Drake's guys. Last time I checked, unless it was something going on that we missed.
So
Yeah,
that
so
that
Drake and Future fell out.
they did, but I was curious to see Kendrick
It
on
goes
his
back to my
album though.
point of how
But
he meets people. That whole fucking album he put out was a fucking Future album that he put out. That wasn't no Drake album. You know what I'm saying? He just leeches on the people and then uses them, and then that's the hot thing, and then he moves on to the next one, man. That's what he does.
I was surprised to see that Lamar was on that
Yeah,
album though.
how Drake was fucking with the niggas from O Block uh and then
Hmm.
on the track with I don't know some pop figure. He just makes a lot of people money.
He's a chameleon.
Yeah.
You know, he can blend in and adapt to anybody, man. Yeah, he could do a song with Billie Eilish and then do a song with Travis Scott, and yeah, man. He's
So I didn't mean to throw that. I'm just curious if you heard it, but so you said about Lamar. Why do you have J. Cole on the top though for you out of the three? With what we're talking about.
um. I mean, I will give you a couple of reasons. First, J. Cole hasn't put out an album that I wasn't aware of, and that when it hit, I wasn't surprised. Like it didn't. He didn't put out an album that we were like, "That's J. That don't sound like J. Cole." You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar put out an album that I was like, I felt like he was preaching to me this last album. He definitely found God because he said it in the interviews.
Yeah.
He's definitely progressed, and I'm cool with all that. But I wasn't expecting that, and that kind of I was like, it was a little preachy for me. And I don't think he's ever going back. Like I think he's fully committed to his way of living. He's not going back. You're not going to get Good Kid, Mad City again from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, J. Cole, I feel like
So, can I ask a question real quick? So, uh, so with Kendrick, is it kind of safe to say Kendrick is like a good comparison? Would be like Kyrie Irving, how he's still dope, but like people have put him on like a little island based on quite a few different things, and I don't mean any of those things being
no,
racist.
Kyrie's been consistent about his stance and how he views things from the very beginning.
So I have a
I
whole different opinion.
I don't think we had a good. I don't think he came into the game with a bandana in his pocket and then took it off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
to me, good kid. Granted, he didn't come in the game saying he was a blunt smoking dope dealer, You know what I'm saying? I get that. I didn't take that from he was out there shooting people, but he was in the mix, right?
Got
He
you.
was. That's what I got from Kendrick Lamar. Like you in the mix, and then now all of a sudden this is happening. And I saw the transition, and I appreciate the transition. I get all that,
But
but I
that's what
didn't expect that, and I
I'm
wasn't.
also always confused about Kendrick. Like, was he just affiliated or was he really in it?
Nah, he was just always just around motherfuckers because
Yep.
TDE's all Bloods and
Yep.
Schoolboy Q is a Crip.
Right.
Yeah.
So and they met Schoolboy Q after the fact.
But to that point, this is my personal opinion. When Kendrick dropped that last album, he was like, "Yo, I am gonna be isolated," and that's why I think he came back on this album and dropped that track like that to remain relevant. I think personally.
I mean, I think it's just they're following the TDE schedule, and I
Really, you
think
think so?
yeah, yeah, because
The
here
TD.
comes Top Dog. Top
No.
Dog's got a whiteboard. You know what I'm
What,
saying?
what's the schedule? Like, what's the recipe they got cooking?
I don't know, but if you stick to the, I mean, because Schoolboy Q came out of a fucking 5-year hiatus. You know, his shit was longer than K Dot.
Yeah,
Was it
and
that
So
long? Was it
I
5
didn't
years?
want the. I didn't want
five years.
Was it 5? Damn.
I didn't want that transformation from Schoolboy Q just yet.
Schoolboy Q's he's looking and sounding like
Yeah.
Big Sean now, a sophisticated, you know. The album's dope. I love the way he jumped on the bandwagon of the new structure and the way people are doing that flow, but he still sounds like a 90s dude or an early 2000s dude, you know, spitting that fire, you know. But he came out of nowhere all buttoned up. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not that. I wasn't ready for none of those twists. I get it. Everybody's got to grow up, but I think J. Cole's more consistent in what you can expect from him. And he still puts out fire. He still puts out songs for the ladies. He still puts out, you know, conscious records. He still puts out songs ready to fire and just at any motherfucker that comes out. That's what we like from K Dot. Those are the songs we like from K Dot when he put out those types of albums. This
Yeah, I
last man, I can't. Just can't do it. I love the production. I just can't do We Crying Together. I can't do. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I love the concept of the album, like the whole double album thing. Like that
Yeah.
was dope. Like for not getting Kendrick Lamar for so long to get a
Yeah.
double album. Okay, you've been sitting on a lot of this shit. Okay,
But
got it.
I still think though, like I think he when he dropped it, he was like, "Yo, like I got to change it up." I really do, man. Because
I
a lot of
think he
rappers,
I think he dropped it to empty the fucking hard drive and fucking bounce.
no. Yeah, I mean that's a theory. I mean,
Look, he emptied that fucking hard drive,
no,
dog.
he did, he did. But I wouldn't say just drop it and bounce, man. I mean, that much effort into. I mean, I don't know, man. I still think though, like I think because his last album was, I don't think it was received as good as he probably wanted it to be. You know what I mean?
If they put out a new Black Hippie album soon, I'll believe that he's in it to be consistent. If they don't, and we don't hear from Kendrick Lamar, and we don't hear nothing else after this verse, then
But that's my
then
point though. Why would he? Why would? So here's my point though. Like when I think he changed it up was like, why would he go on to Future and Metro Bloom and shit and make
because
a
J.
verse like that?
Cole and Drake
I
just
I,
went on TV and fucking
I know. But I'm saying, but why would he
they're
go on
getting
to that to
fucking
do a verse? You know what I'm saying? Versus
oh,
him just dropping his own shit by himself.
that's a jab at Drake. Yeah, that's
I
that's
know
a
it is a jab, but I still think like I think he's. I don't know. I just my opinion, man. I think like I think he in it. I think he's like, yo, I gotta, I think he really stepped off on the last album. I agree with you, man. Like, I did not like his last album as good as his other shit. But I would say with
it
J.
was
Cole, man,
sleepy. It was sleepy.
it was. But I don't know, man. I still think he's lyrically, and like I said, consistency, not by how many albums you dropping, but like the way he's rapping, and the way he tells the stories and his symmetry with it, I think is by far better than J. Cole's. Because again, with J. Cole, like I love J. Cole. I got nothing bad